back to the Now Morning Show, where we were just talking about the free movement of people, resources, goods, and other things across the Caribbean. And this morning, I'm excited about the movement that is taking place on set, as one of our guests is Wild. We are getting ready for the Wild Safari Christmas fundraising event happening on December 10th at the Presal High School. And this morning, to tell me more about it, I am joined by Mr. Ricardo Meade, the director and founder of the Socorro Centre for Wildlife Conservation, the host of this fantastic event. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and thank you for having us.
An absolute pleasure, because anytime we have ambassadors that are wild, I get very, very, well, excited, to be honest. But I can only imagine that my sentiments are shared with the children that experience this event. So granted that you guys have been doing this, well, in existence at least for the last 18 years
yes,
or so.
18 years we celebrated it.
There's a lot that you have done, I imagine.
Yes.
Give us a little bit of insight as to what the Socorro Conservation Centre has done thus far.
Well, we have grown ourselves over the past 18 years into the premier wildlife conservation center in the Caribbean and the northern part of South America. We have trained hundreds of people in basic wildlife rehabilitation. We have trained people in oiled wildlife response.
Right.
So in those instances where you have oil spills and the animals are negatively affected, we have volunteers who are trained to come in and assist to try to remedy the situation and make things a whole lot better, to rehabilitate the animals. We've done education. We have reached so far, to last month, our count is 500,000 people.
Beautiful.
So I have been talking a lot for the past 18 years.
Oh, gosh.
And,
but with good reason.
With good reason and with good effect. When we get the calls that, hey, we have a snake. Where did you get a snake? Well, my son, you were in my son's school, and he insisted that we don't harm it. So we have to call you to remove it. I know that we are going in the right direction.
Absolutely. When the youth know that they're not supposed to harm it, then they have that conservation energy, so to speak.
Yes, indeed.
Now, granted that you mentioned some of the certification that you offer, I just wanted to ask about raptor handling.
Raptor handling,
because
yes.
we don't have raptors, do we?
Oh, we have 49 different species of raptors in Trinidad.
Now, when I think raptors, I was thinking dinosaur. So please clarify.
Okay. Well, birds, dinosaurs and birds are actually closer related than alligators. People think of alligators and dinosaurs. Alligators were around at the time of dinosaurs. Okay, but the dinosaurs, like the velociraptor, would have evolved into birds. That's why birds of prey are called raptors. And now, if you looked at the last edition of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whichever one it was, the dinosaurs looked a little softer. They were more feathered and they were more colorful because it was a much more accurate depiction of the way the dinosaurs really were. They laid eggs, they were most of them bipedal, and they had wings and arms. So yes, raptors or birds of prey are direct descendants of the dinosaurs.
Okay, look at me learning even more than I thought.
There you go.
That handling of a number of different specificities are the things that you all cover in the camps, and these are often one-day camps for children, yes?
Yes, we've had our 1 to 3 day camps where they deal with certain things. On our 3-day camps, we have 1 day with birds, which is quite a lot. Then we have mammals, and then we do the creepy crawly. So we get a whole dimension of different things and what they do, why they're there, why we should appreciate them. You don't have to love them, but appreciate that they have a role to play in our existence.
So tell me then what is going to happen on Sunday, because when we talk about your exhibitions, they are interactive.
Yes.
But I don't think we have 3 whole days to do all of that.
Yes.
What can we expect on
Well,
Sunday?
it's a lot of pressure on us because we're doing all of this on 1 day. Oof. So we have to get in there in the morning and create the magical animal kingdom right here in Trinidad. That's all local, really. We're focused on our local animals. And you have an opportunity to take a hall and turn it into a jungle and create the sort of ecosystems where you would naturally see these animals. So people have a better appreciation of these animals. And some of the things you see, but you don't appreciate. Like many people, I know what a mongoose is, but I've never seen it close up. So here's an opportunity to see an animal you normally see just dash across the road.
Well, let's take the opportunity to see the one that's on set with us, because I imagine she'll be part of the display on Sunday as well.
Oh yes, she's one of the premier guests at the display, as it were, because many people would never get an opportunity to see these animals or interact with them up close. So this girl with us today, her name is Kora.
Kora.
Kora, right after Kora River, because her mother was killed there and she was left destitute and orphaned. Kora. So we got her, she was palm size. So just imagine this little creature sitting in the palm of her hand, and we went through the pure hell of figuring out a proper diet to get her to be raised from a young one to get her to this size where she is now 18 months later. So ladies and gentlemen, presenting Kora.
The Anteater.
Kora the lesser anteater, also known as a southern tamandua. And for people in the bush and the countryside, they call it matapel. This is the matapel, where some people claim to have eaten it, but this is actually a protected animal. So you shouldn't even touch a strand of hair on this amazing animal.
I will hold my comments.
All
She
right.
is very comfortable with you, evidently. So this is someone who has been, this young ambassador has been around humans her entire existence.
Yep. You got it, like I said, from the palm of my hand to this now. And she would have stayed attached to her mother for a while, so she's quite comfortable being on people.
Right.
They cannot bite because they're anteaters, so they have really tiny mouths.
Right.
But what they have for their defense, they have some amazing
claws.
front claws there.
Yeah.
And they're kind of reverse to most animals. Most animals have powerful hind legs and features, and front are a little more delicate and maneuverable. She's quite opposite. Her back legs are actually spindly, little chicken legs. But the front, she's like Hulk. These are powerful because she has to rip into ants' nests to get those termites out and, also to defend herself.
Right.
So she is pretty much a harmless animal. Although hunters say, "I'd kill my dog or hurt my dog." Well, your dog would have attacked it.
Right.
And it just defended itself.
So that means then that this, who is sticking out her tongue, this young lady is going to be interacting with persons at the event on Sunday.
Correct. She's a main. And the amazing thing about this animal is, look, anywhere in the world, the only place to find this particular kind is right here in Trinidad.
Beautiful. So who else is going to join her on Sunday?
Oh, we have a wide array. We want to display about 7 or 8 different species of crabs that are found right here in Trinidad. And you're like, we have so much crabs?
I
Of
didn't know
course.
this at all.
Well, let's start off. We have the blue crab you're accustomed to. You have the manikou crab. You have the mountain crab. You have the hairy crab. You have the fiddler crab. We have the hermit crabs, which are not really crabs, but they're still thrown into the group. They're
Right.
crabs.
Cousins.
And then you have the cirette, the sea crab.
Sea
So we
crabs.
want to display all of that and just let people see them right next to each other and understand our vast diversity.
Oh, wow.
We are one of the most diverse spots in the world when it comes to wildlife.
We also have a lot of plants on display, I understand, too.
Different
yes?
plants where we have a couple plant vendors, and we will be harvesting some of our local bush, according to people. We must have our local mistletoe. People don't even know what our local mistletoe is.
People don't even know what regular mistletoe is.
Right, hanging bait. Well, no, they go and buy it in the fancy stores and so on now and put it up, kiss me under the mistletoe and stuff like that. But our old man beard, the hanging stuff from the big salmon trees, that's what we used as mistletoe way back in the days.
So
and
this
around
is going to be
Christmas,
on
we usually
display
get a little flower on it too sometimes, and sometimes a little red, little berry. So that was our local mistletoe back in the days when we had Wover Christmas tree. Remember that? Well, you're too young. You're too young. My bad. I'm
I
sorry.
can pretend, sure, why not? But that sounds
Wover,
like there's going to be quite the exhibition for the family to come and enjoy on Sunday.
Yeah,
and
lots of
all of this
items.
is happening for just $20.
$20.
Adults,
$20.
children, everybody's the same cost.
Everybody's the same cost. Our focus is really education. Okay, it's a fundraiser, but you must leave there knowing more, feeling more, being empowered about our country and loving your country more. Because a lot of people, wow, we didn't know it had this here. So people would have seen this animal on Zoo Australia.
Right.
Right, with the earwings. It came from Trinidad. Once it's blonde like this without the black markings, it came from Trinidad. So it's quite unique to our country.
Well, we blondies have to stick together,
You
and
know
we
that.
will be seeing each other because on Sunday we're heading down to Purcell High School from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. to make sure that you can experience our good friend Kora and many other ambassadors that will help us to appreciate the animal kingdom of Trinidad and Tobago much better. Thanks to the folks at the Wildlife Safari Christmas event happening this weekend. Socorro Centre for Wildlife Conservation. How do we find you beyond this event, though?
Beyond this event, we're out there. We're on the social media. Instagram, ECWC_TT. Also Facebook. We're on Threads. We had to get on Threads. And of course, we have our dedicated website where you can get information about what we did, courses, programs, certifications, and stuff like that there. So we are there, and we have been established, like I said, 18 years locally, regionally, and internationally.
And in that case, before Cora falls asleep on your shoulder, we say thank you very much for taking time out to come let us know about the event, for hosting it and making sure that we can appreciate the likes of Cora and others. Guys, head on down to Purcell, and of course, for more information, you can find them online, and you can call or WhatsApp 366-4369 as we get ready for the grand fundraising event, the Wildlife Safari Christmas, happening at Purcell High School on Sunday, December 10th. Thank you ever so kindly for joining us this morning, and to both you and Cora for coming to the Now Morning Show.
All right, Kora, say goodbye.